Welcome to Retrofit. Part time machine, part jukebox.
This rotating space supplies the boost that's needed to allow an object to break the light speed barrier without violating the laws of physics.
For someone that's standing outside, it would appear as though you're traveling faster than the speed of light. And for them, you will disappear from sight as you're traveling back into the past.
Retrofit.
Of course, there is a problem with this kind of time machine.
What's all this?
It's time for refreshments. Help yourselves. Pickles, pretzels, donuts, corned beef, salmon.
Hey, that's my box lunch.
And 1 can of hominy.
Yes, and look at the clock, everyone.
Huh? Well, I'll be.
Happy
New Year!
Happy New Year!
All the acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind.
Oh, that was cool. Professor Mikey here, ringing in 1954 with the Andersons on the radio version of Father Knows Best. Now, that's the joy of the radio mixtape. You can jump around in time. You can put the needle down on the record of history, and there you are. Which is a good thing, because over time, people have forgotten about some of the great New Year's songs. New Year's has become the afterthought of Christmas. On paper, it's the first holiday of the year. Time for a brand new start. Resolutions to stop eating, eat better, stop smoking, smoke better. But despite all the newness that's going on, timing is everything. The Christmas hangover is still on. The trees are still up. Decorations are everywhere. When you think about it, you'd think there'd be a lot more New Year's songs than there are. The themes are rampant. Fresh starts, new takes, out with the old, in with the new. That cool little baby kicking the old year out. Speaking of, how come the old year always looks like Gandalf?
If you're referring to the incident with the dragon, I was barely involved.
I admit it, I'm a radio fan. My real problem is with television and New Year's Eve. For years, when I was a kid, Guy Lombardo would appear at midnight, and the new year would be off to a great start. Now we have cameras jumping all over the world, showing how the new year was rung in while I was having my morning coffee with fireworks in Sydney, Australia, and how cold it was in Moscow, how foggy it was in London. Then, when it gets to be America's turn, here's a bunch of brand new bands with their latest singles that they're trying to sell, so that's what they're playing, and none of the music has anything to do with New Year's. So this hour, radio has a chance to fix all that. I've gone digging under the confetti, gone reeling in the years, so to speak, and come up with a handful of tunes guaranteed to get you in the New Year mood. Professor Mikey's New Year's Revolution starts off with a serious tune from Spike Jones and his City Slickers, as we say goodbye to 1948 and hello to 1949 with a song called Happy New Year! Dig it.
This is my New Year's resolution. When my mother-in-law begins to yell and shout, through the window I would like to throw her out. But I resolve not to do it, here is why. I'm afraid of hitting someone passing by. This is my New Year's resolution. When I'm at the movies watching a love scene, and the lady's hat is blocking half the screen, I resolve not to shout, take off that hat. I'll remove it gently with a baseball bat. This is my New Year's resolution. When I take a lovely lady out to eat, and she orders caviar instead of meat. I resolve to let the lady have her fill, and of course I'll also let her pay the bill. This is my New Year's resolution.
Come on, Sir Frederick Gas. How about Sir Frederick Gas? Come on, boy. When I'm sitting with my wifey on a bus, and a dear old lady stands in front of us, I resolve to be a gentleman discreet. I'll politely offer her my wifey's seat. This is my New Year's resolution. Hey, Judge Rock, how about your New Year's resolution?
When my mother says, come in, it's time to eat, and I keep on playing games out in the street, I resolve to rush right home now when I'm cold, 'cause my pop just bought a hairbrush and he's bald. This is my New Year's resolution. Hey, Doodles Weaver, how about Professor Beetlebum?
On the radio this year, I hope to score with some funny jokes you've never heard before. I resolve not to tell a corny joke. Hello, what's that? The church burned down. Holy smoke. This is my year's revelation. Spike, how about Spike?
In this coming year, I'm gonna be discreet. Have the slickers playing music soft and sweet. I resolve to treat Tchaikovsky tenderly and set his second movement off with TNT.
We all know Bing Crosby was a major player during the holidays. What you may not realize is the profound effect he had on radio with a side project of his. Shortly after World War II, old Bing invested $50,000 in the Ampex Company, the people who would go on to develop the first reel-to-reel tape recorder. Long before David Bowie showed up at his door, Crosby became the first performer to pre-record his radio shows and master his commercial recordings on magnetic tape. He even gave one of the newfangled machines to his friend Les Paul. What you'll hear next predates tape by just a few years from the vinyl recordings of the Kraft Music Hall show housed in the Bing Crosby collection at Gonzaga University. Here's Let's Start the New Year Right, recorded in December of 1944.
Not so very long ago, Mr. Irving Berlin had the pleasant inspiration to weave a story in song around our national holidays. You may recall it as Holiday Inn. It was the tale of a restive lad who wanted to rest, wanted to give up the gay, giddy whirl of cafeteria society. He thought he'd exchange his exhausting career as a crooner for fun on a farm. Thought farm life was for the lazy. Foolish boy. Yes, the simple life's for me, he told his inner man. And the two of them, they made a lovely couple, were so pleased that they just burst right into melody. Let's start the new year right, 12 o'clock tonight. When they dim the light, let's begin kissing the old year out, kissing the year in. Let's watch the old year die with a fond goodbye, and our hopes as high as a kite. How can our love go wrong if we start the new year? Ring out the old year. Let's start the new year right.
Let's start the new year right. Bing Crosby. Most New Year's songs convey a message of hope and a positive attitude about the future, even those that rang in really bad years. The earliest song on Professor Mikey's New Year's Revolution features blues legend Blind Lemon Jefferson, recording in Chicago in 1928. Blind Lemon was a blues genius, but he couldn't tell the future. The year he's singing about will see the crash of the stock market, the event that started the economic downturn known as the Great Depression. 1929 is going to be a terrible year, but don't tell Blind Lemon Jefferson.
Hey, Happy New Year, folks, each and everybody. I'm thinking about the year of 1929. I'm thinking about the year of 1929. New York caught me with nice money, and man, I was good. I would lie down with my baby. We had one small quarter gin. I would lie down with my baby. We had a small quarter gin. That old doorbell kept ringing. I wouldn't leave nobody coming. The whistle was blowing for New Year around 12 o'clock at night. The whistle was blowing for New Year around 12 o'clock at night. I lied down arguing with my baby until the good Lord broke daylight. Early one New Year morning, I was walking down by the mill. I said early one New Year morning, I was down by the mill. Every man likes his liquor when he gets his friend from the still. I hate to drink on New Year, but this whiskey they make it too strong. I said I hate to drink on New Year, this whiskey they make it too strong. Because if I take 2, 3 drinks, I'll be drunk the whole day long. Hurry up with that Santa Claus. Bring it on around here.
The blues legend, Blind Lemon Jefferson, looking forward to 1929.
Now, my guess is that drinking and New Year's were associated with each other before that song was recorded, but that's probably one of the first recorded references to the evil alcohol and the first day of the year. And right now you might be asking yourself, what is the deal with Auld Lang Syne? What is a Lang Syne? And how old is it? Well, let's answer that second part first. The poem that was eventually attached to an even older folk melody was written by Robert Burns in 1788. So when Prince was partying like it was 1999 in the 1980s, the song itself was having a bicentennial of sorts. Translating from the Scots title directly into English, it means literally old long since, long, long ago, days gone by. 1711 to be exact, the year James Watson wrote the poem, from which Bobby Burns borrowed liberally. Old newspapers refer to it being sung on the eve of 1897 in Massachusetts, and Guy Lombardo began to make it his signature song in 1929, but waited 10 years to lay it down on disc in 1939. Coming up, a fairly eclectic set of Auld Lang Syne, and it starts with John Fahey in 1974. Happy New Year. It's Professor Mikey's New Year's Revolution.
never brought to mind. Should always be forgot, and days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you.
Old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Well, that's our show for tonight. I want to thank all my wonderful guests for dropping by. And I especially want to thank you, Frank. Don't mention it, Marvin. And I also want to thank all you out there for watching. Please remember the moral of tonight's show. Put your troubles away till tomorrow. If you're lucky, someone will break into your house tonight and steal them.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, for old lang syne, may old acquaintance be forgot.
Four very different versions of Auld Lang Syne on Professor Mikey's New Year's Revolution. The first one was the guitar genius John Fahey, recording on his album The New Possibility in 1974. Then, from December 31st, 1970, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin palling around on Dean's television show. The Beach Boys, a rare version, an outtake from their Christmas album in the early 60s, and the Cucumbers, giving us kind of a hipster version on an album called Ho 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 Spice that was originally recorded in 2002 to benefit hospice care. So, do New Year's resolutions really work? The answer is part of the time. Officially, a New Year's resolution is a promise one makes, usually to change a bad habit or turn their own personal world around, beginning with the new year on January 1st. Research shows that 52% of people who make New Year's resolutions are confident of their success, but only around 12% actually achieve their goals. Men are said to achieve their goals 22% more often when they actually engage in such goal setting, while women succeed 10% more when they make their resolutions public and get a little love from their friends. This next song, appropriately, is by a man and a woman, proving once and for all that every New Year's resolution is far more likely to succeed if it just has a little soul. Otis Redding and Carla Thomas, recorded in 1967.
What a year for a new year. We need it like we needed life, I guess. Last one left us lying in a mess. What a year for a new year. What a night for a sunrise. And we thought the dark would never end. Reaching out to try to find a friend. What a night for a sunrise, sunrise. What a day for a new day. And our star shines like a miracle. And our world is almost beautiful again. What a day for a new day. New day. New year. What a year for a new What a night for a sunrise. And we thought the dark would never end. Reaching out to try to find a friend. What a night for a sunrise. Sunrise. Soon we'll be lying in our beds. And new dreams will fill our heads. And the old ones will be ended. Home will forget about this place. Let it go without a trace. Wipe the teardrops from our faces. Oh, what a year for a new year. 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 New year, new year.
Dan Wilson, and what a year for a new year. That's a very hopeful song, as is this next one, which I'm sneaking in here because it isn't an official New Year's song, but on the subject of new beginnings, it's filled with hope as well as science. Composer John Boswell created it on what would have been the 75th birthday of Carl Sagan in 2009, using Dr. Sagan's words from his Cosmos series, as well as some narrative from Stephen Hawking's universe, and an auto-tune. It went viral when it was posted on YouTube in September of 2009. So far, 4 million people have logged on to see A Glorious Dawn.
I'm not very good at singing songs, but here's a try.
If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe. Space is filled with a network of wormholes. You might emerge somewhere else in space. someone else in time. The sky calls to us. If we do not destroy ourselves, we will one day venture to the stars. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. The cosmos is full beyond measure. Elegant truths of exquisite interrelationships of the awesome machinery of nature. I believe our future depends powerfully on how well we understand this cosmos, in which we float like a mote of dust in the morning sky. The brain does much more than just recollect. It intercompares, it synthesizes, it analyzes, it generates abstractions. The simplest thought, like the concept of the number one, has an elaborate logical underpinning. The brain has its own language for testing the structure and consistency of the world. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. The sky calls to us. If we do not destroy ourselves, we will one day venture to the stars.
For thousands of years, people have wondered about the universe. Did it stretch out forever, or was there a limit? From the Big Bang to black holes, from dark matter to a possible big crunch, our image of the universe today is full of strange sounding ideas.
How lucky we are to live in this time, the first moment in human history when we are, in fact, visiting other worlds. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. The surface of the Earth is the shore of the cosmic ocean. Recently, we've waded a little way up, and the water seems inviting.
So yes, the new year is a very cosmic time, and who better to describe it than the late but brilliant Dr. Carl Sagan. An easy resolution involves writing down a few books you'd like to read in the new year, like Dragons of Eden, the 1977 book that won Dr. Sagan the Pulitzer, all about the evolution of human intelligence. You know, New Year is a very down-to-earth time also, a time when we take stock of how fast these annoying clocks are moving for all of us, and what we can do to minimize, or at least endure, all the jolts the next 365 days have in store for us. That's why we're calling on the American blues tradition to sail us through this next set. Earlier in the show, we heard from Blind Lemon Jefferson. 8-year-old Sam Hopkins saw the future when he met Jefferson at a church picnic in Buffalo, Texas. All grown up and feeling the pain of the world 33 New Years later, it's 1953, and this is Lightnin' Hopkins.
A happy new year ain't gonna worry me to death. This is a happy new year ain't gonna worry me to death. Don't think about Christmas, 'cause Christmas just never left. Ain't it a merry day?
with the people, ain't it a merry day? Think about Christmas gone and New Year's on his way. Yes, get it, boy. Don't stop for nothing now. Wear it out. Tear it up. It don't make no difference. I got a number, man. I got it for myself. I got a number and I got it for myself. New Year done come and Christmas just now left. Just gotta play the wire right here, boy. Don't forget it now. Hear me good. Nobody New Year to have with me. Baby, this is 1900. Gallon 40. Yeah, this is 1900. Baby, and 40. You losing your job, woman. Ain't another gal standing at the gate. For 12 months long, you have kept my heart in pain. Yeah, for 12 months long, you kept my heart in pain. The way you deceive my love, baby, you know it's a low-down dirty shame. Yeah, it's women in this world only know how you treated me. Yeah, it's women in this world only know how you treated me. The rest of your life, baby, you would be in misery. I only treat you kind. You had a pleasant smile. Yeah, I only treat you kind. You had a pleasant smile. When I could hear people call your name, woman, I would walk 2 or 3 or 4 miles. I'm gonna leave you on New Year.
Hey, Pops, what's the matter with you, man? Here it is New Year and you sitting over there like you salted the world.
Yes, I'm salty. I've been misled, I've been mistreated, and I've been misused.
Boy, she really made a chunk out of you.
Yeah, but I made a New Year's resolution, and I'm really gonna get her told.
What you gonna tell her?
I tell you what I'm gonna tell her. Get a load of this. I made my New Year's resolution. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Just forget about the old year and the things we used to do. Gonna take instead of giving, cause my lesson I've learned. Gonna get the things I wanted and give nothing in return, cause I've changed my ways. And I don't care what you do. I've made my New Year's resolution, and baby, this time we're through. I'm gonna deal 'em from the bottom, ain't gonna play it fair at all. Please believe me, pretty baby, I'm gonna have myself a ball. Gonna give up my apartment, and you know they're hard to find. I don't want no last year's memories running through my weary mind, cause I've changed my ways. And I don't care what you do. Yes, I've made my New Year's resolution, and baby, this time we're through. Changed my way of living. You don't fit in my new plan, so you might as well forget it and go find another man, cause I've changed my way. Yes, I've changed my way. I've made my New Year's resolution, and baby, this time we're through.
Happy New Year from Lightnin' Hopkins in 1953, New Year's Eve Blues from Smokey Hogg 1948, and the New Year's Resolution Blues from the Roy Milton Solid Cinders, recorded in Los Angeles on New Year's Eve 1947. That last one proved that even the blues can have a sense of humor. Those who have approved of humor on the radio over the years may have found themselves spending time with the great Dr. Demento. The good doctor discovered scary Gary Allen voicing commercials in the City of Angels in a career that evolved from doing broadcast work for the Lakers to making his own bizarre parodies, like this one, New Year's Resolutions, Scary Gary Allen.
Such a dope, I'm gonna lose weight, stop being so late. Gonna try to save money, stop dressing so funny. I ain't gonna let her flirt with the babysitter. Play my stereo loud, pass gas in the ground, keep the garbage out, waste water in the drought. Won't use credit cards, gonna mow the backyard, restyle my hair and change my underwear. New Year's resolution time, kiss another year goodbye. These New Year's resolutions are just another pack of lies. Find a new career and drink less beer, won't pollute the air. Check out their ears, try to spend less cash, recycle my trash, won't bite my nails, try to stay out of jail. Gonna start to jog before arteries clog, make out a will, swim along to spill, teach the dog not to bark, pay off a loan shark, won't cheat the IRS, cut down on my stress. Gotta call my mother, get the money from my brother, snap out of this days, here's my boss for a raise, get a new attitude, stop eating junk food, brush after meals, get my kids not to steal, with a check in the mail, only pay wholesale, conserve resource, stop playing the horse, try to save some cash, see a doctor for the trash, gonna clean my closet, take the bottles from the closet. New Year's resolution time, kiss another year goodbye. These New Year's resolutions are just another pack of lies. New Year's resolution.
cuddle up with a year-end groove. Frank Lesser wrote it, Nancy Wilson sings it. What are you doing New Year's Eve?
Maybe it's much too early in the game, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock that night, welcoming in the new year. New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose out of 1,000 invitations you receive. But in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. But in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve.
One more rarity before we turn it over to the guy from Canada who still owns the holiday, at least musically. Prince and the Revolution meet the Lion King and the Dark Knight. Wendy and Lisa were with the former. Composer Hans Zimmer counts the latter among his 100-plus motion pictures. Talk about positive outlooks. The musical cast of the motion picture Toys with Wendy and Lisa and the closing of the year.
If I cannot bring you comfort, then at least I bring you home. For nothing is more precious than the time we have and so
saying no one on island will fly in the arms of time. Walk in the waves, never fall. Don't fall. At the closing of the year.
Professor Mikey here. We've gone from the traditional to the eclectic during our New Year's revolution. Songs of hope, sentimentality, despair, and silliness. The human condition gets a good going over in New Year's songs, and we're not done yet. Remember to support your favorite independent or public radio station in the next year, and realize that they're bringing you great radio on an unbelievably tight budget in very stressful economic times. Now it all comes down to Guy Lombardo, who with his brothers Carmen, Liebert, and Victor formed the Royal Canadians in 1924 to create the sweetest music this side of heaven. They play their recording of Auld Lang Syne to ring in every New Year in Times Square, and that's a great way to end it, or begin it. And it all starts with a countdown. Happy New Year.